What the heck are you doing? I'm direct warping my rigid heddle loom. You can't direct warp a rigid heddle loom with a warping board. Oh, well, did someone tell you that, or did you just make that up? I don't make things up. My weaving teacher told me that you have to use a direct warping peg if you're going to direct warp your rigid heddle loom. So rude. Oh. Yes, this video does have a point besides displaying my terrible acting skills. I hope you enjoyed this skit anyway. The point of the video is, again, as I always say, there's more than one way to do something to get the same results. And I come across so many weavers who have been told that there's only one way or you must do it this way, and they just don't have the confidence to break outside of that and wonder, well, you know, can I do it another way? Is there going to be another way that works better for me? I thought what I'm doing right now could be a good example of that. So today I'm warping for a scarf. I have a very long table here, as you can see. Now this table was about 10 inches too long for the warp that I wanted to do. Yes, I could have just warped the additional 10 inches, but I really didn't want to. I've only got a certain amount of this color of yarn to use, and I don't want to run out, so I'm being a little bit conservative. So the idea here is that I clamped my warping board to this table. That allowed me to choose where my warping peg was going to be. Because if I just had a direct warping peg, I'm a little bit more limited about where I can clamp that, usually right at the end of the table. If I clamped it at the side of the table, then it would be very close to the edge of the table. So it's about positioning as well. So the warping board was a perfect solution for this. I can clamp it with some spring clamps to the end of the table, and then I can position it exactly where I need it. So I'm only using one peg. I ended up using this peg right here, and I've centered it approximately in the middle of my loom. So all of the threads are going to that one central point, and it means that I've been able to move in from the edge of the table a little bit. If I needed to do an even shorter warp, I could have used this peg right here, and then my warp would have been that much shorter. If I needed an even shorter warp than this, I could have rotated my warping board so that it's vertical, and so the end of it, because it's rectangular in size, the end of it would have been jutting up here somewhere, which would have given me a peg around this position. So lots and lots of options there. You don't even need to have a warping board. You could have a coat rack. You could have a board of wood with some wooden pegs stuck into it that you've made yourself. You could do all sorts of things in order to direct warp to your own specifications. Now some people might say, well, isn't that hybrid warping then? Well, yeah, it kind of is, because I'm introducing a warping board, but at the same time, if I look at this as just another peg like this one, what difference does it make what I call it? What I'm doing is customizing the peg to my situation. So perhaps one of the benefits for me being a self-taught weaver is that I've figured out how to do things in different ways, and then settled usually on the ways that suit me personally the best. Now I'm blessed enough to be in a position to pass on some of those ideas to all of you. And I hope that in doing so, you will have the confidence to warp and weave and do all your creative things in a way that suits you and your situation best. If you're looking to accelerate your knowledge in the weaving arena, I have an online weaving school I would love for you to visit. There is so much there for you to explore. I'll leave a link to that down below. And until next time, friends, happy weaving.